Okay. Can I have the presentation on? First slide. Or do you have a pointer or something?
We had asked them for a presentation.
Okay. No problem. No problem. Okay. So just to understand the audience, may I know how many of us are wellness coaches? Can you please raise your hand? Okay. And the rest of us, I guess, are wellness enthusiasts. So it helps me to understand. Okay. Now coming to maneuvering your journey between wellness and illness using technology. We all understand what is illness. We all know when we are sick, where do we have to go? We have to go to a doctor, to a specialist. But when we are not sick, where do we go? If I ask a question that I want to be healthy, where do I need to go? Can I have some answers, please? TikTok. TikTok. To my kitchen.
A nutritionist guide or a fitness guide?
A nutritionist diet or a fitness guide. Anybody else? Meditation too? We just had a meditation session as well. Yes. Yes. Friends. Yes, absolutely. And who else? We are forgetting about one master coach. Google. Instagram, right? Because we live in a world where all this information is available to us at the tip of our fingers, and we read up about it, we make our mental models about it, and we feel that we know this is the right thing to do, right? So now let us take some of the, we are all experts in wellness, we are interested in wellness, that's why we all are here. So let's talk about some of the building blocks of wellness. So what are the building blocks of wellness? Anybody?
Good food.
Good food.
Good sleep.
Good sleep.
Purpose in life.
Purpose in life. Exercise.
Mental fitness.
Sorry?
Mental fitness.
Mental fitness. Peace of mind. De-stress.
Mindfulness.
Sorry? Thankfulness.
Mindfulness.
Mindfulness. Very nice. So very interesting elements you pointed out. Next slide. Yeah. So we all understand, okay, these are the ingredients or these are the inputs that go into an optimal health, right? And who do we see doing most of these things? Like, good food, vitamins, supplements, fitness, mental wellness, sleep and relaxation. Which is the profession who focuses the most on this optimal health constituents? Actors and celebrities, right? Just go to the next slide. So, in the last 1.5 to 2 years, it has been observed that, these are the things that come in the newspaper regarding celebrities. Local people, I mean, like non-celebrities are not even covered. So some of the news articles, Kannada actor Puneet Rajkumar dies at 46, suffered from a cardiac arrest. Just keep pressing, yes. Siddharth Shukla, a wellness enthusiast, fit-looking guy, works out in the gym, has coaches working for him. He dies at 40 from cardiac arrest. Mishti Mukherjee, on a keto diet, within 4 months, collapsed. Instagram influencers, I'm myself one of them, but I'm very, very careful about what I'm posting on my social media handle. We sometimes see influencers, they say that, okay, lose 5 kg in a week, lose 40 kg in a week, before and after. This is what my clients are saying, and we feel that it's going to work for us. But many times, instead of losing weight, you end up losing life. One more. Yes. So what essentially was the trigger that made this happen? If all the essential things were in place, meditation was there, food was there, vitamins were there, I had a team of coach working for me, then what really went wrong? We have to understand that we are a system. We are an integrated system, which is also known as the code. So I'll read this line for you. Your entire body is a very complex mechanism, and each individual is different. It's not just about getting any coach, but it is also about getting the right code for your particular condition. Because we are all different. And why are we all different? Have you guys seen in your family, even your, even your children, does one child behave differently from the other in the same set of situation? Yeah? you behave differently from your spouse, something that is too important for you, something that just blows your, triggers you off, may not even be noticed by your spouse. Have you noticed that, right? And why are we different? Where is this information coming from in us? In our body, where is this information stored? Any guesses? DNA, yes. I thought somebody will say a cell, but yes, right, bang on, DNA. So DNA is, our gene or DNA is basically an algorithm of our body. And this is not just the physical parameters, let me tell you. This is not what's my height gonna be, what's my weight gonna be, what's my hair color gonna be, the color of my eyes, the broad frame or slender frame. It's not only that, it's also the behavior. It's also your stress capacity. It's also your sleep patterns. So it is much more than that. And you would be surprised that this information is same in every cell of your body. In every cell of your body. And also, whether you are 6 years old or 60 years old, this information does not change. It's encoded into you. And that is why your algorithm is different, his algorithm is different, my algorithm is different. Now let's just go to the next web. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that's why we are working on an ecosystem which talks about trigger, because it's important to understand as an individual, as a system, what is it that triggers you, right? So I have already covered that. Just go to the next slide. Yeah. So why this DNA-based lifestyle modification? Because as I said, no two people are the same. So we need to first understand what will work for me as a person as compared to just saying, oh, my neighbor went on a keto diet, I just want to try it. She lost 4 kgs in 1 week. I'm going to try this on myself. But you might actually end up doing more damage to yourself. You might say that, okay, I want to hire a fitness coach. But that fitness coach, what is fitness coach's job? He has to make sure you're working out and burning some calories, you're reaching your max heart rate, you're working in zone 2, 3, as per whatever specification. He is going to make sure that you're going to deliver that much burn of calories. But sometimes you will end up in a situation where because of that, you will suffer a knee injury or something, or back issues. And then you are on the bed for a longer time. So how do you avoid getting into this situation? That is where your DNA code, that becomes important. Now, just go to the, yeah, this is fine. Okay, so this is not just a weight loss program. This is also a lifestyle management. These days, the good part is that we are living much longer. Many of us are going to live up to 100 years. That's the good news. But whether we're going to live healthy is the question mark. These days, very common, autoimmune disorders. A lot of people you'll see around you, I'm on a no gluten diet, I'm on a dairy-free diet, I'm not consuming processed sugars. And then what are you consuming? I go to another philosophy, then they will say that I'm consuming only protein. What protein? I'm consuming only eggs and chicken, lean meat. Okay. I go to another person, they will say that this is an inflammatory diet. You will get into autoimmune conditions if you start consuming chicken and animal products. So go vegan. I go to an Ayurveda expert. The Ayurveda expert will say that your dosha is not aligned with the vegan. You cannot be eating raw. You need to go into processed, cooked food, right? So there are different schools of thought. Let's take a simple stand of whether we should eat eggs. Let me ask you whether we should eat eggs.
Yes.
No. Yes? No? Why? It's okay. So, yeah.
There's 2 different schools of thought.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Some are from Middle Eastern heritage. If it's Jews, Yazidis, Arabs, Bedouins, you have 2 problems, or 3 problems. One of which is accessibility to type 2 diabetes. The other one is a genetic susceptibility to lactose intolerance and sulfur intolerance.
Right. So a simple question like, should I eat eggs? You'll see one influencer saying, I eat only eggs in breakfast. And another one saying, no, eggs will increase cholesterol, have only the white because you need the protein. Then you'll see another theory saying, no, choline is important from brain development, you need to have whole eggs. And then there will be the plant-based vertical, which will say that you should not consume any animal products, right? So a simple question like consuming eggs, right, that itself is so complicated. And the reason it is so is because there are no universal truths. There is something that will work for you, there is something that will work for him, that is something which will work for me, and that is why it's important to first understand my code and then proceed on that. Now, it's not only weight loss, it's also the lifestyle management. Let me take an example of diabetes. The reason I picked diabetes is because UA is highly focused on diabetes. 1 out of 10 people suffers from diabetes and does not even know that. And let's talk that you have a high risk of diabetes. For this, you don't really need to do your gene analysis, right? Because you already know. If you have crossed 35, 40, you already know whether you have the symptoms, you have a family history, your food habits and all of that. You know you are at a risk. But there is another element called magnesium in the gene analysis. Now, it has been found that in 85% of the cases where people have a higher risk of type 2 diabetes, they also have a higher risk of magnesium deficiency. Magnesium deficiency. Magnesium, yes. Yes, and there are papers which say that by consuming magnesium supplement, you can actually delay, navigate or prevent the onset of type 2 diabetes. So that is now powerful information, right? That is something which you can use for your lifestyle modification rather than saying that, okay, you have a high risk of type 2 diabetes. Because let's be honest, you go to a doctor and the doctor says, okay, you have a tendency, but you don't have diabetes yet. So I am not going to prescribe you anything. But I don't want to end in the red. I want to be in that situation where diabetes is not expressed. So tell me what to do, right? And the doctor will not be able to guide me on that. Doctor will say, once you are in the red, you come to me, I'll handle you. Okay, just go to the previous slide, yeah. So these are the different aspects that we can get to know from our genetic analysis, and it's all with the saliva sample. It's not even a blood sample. So it's sleep, your skin, your hair, even aging and longevity, neurological, vitamins and minerals, how's your drug response? In fitness, what's going to work for you, what's not going to work for you, behavioral, autoimmune, so on and so forth. Yeah, so we'll skip to that. Next? Yeah, just skip to just go next, yes. So these days, how many of you are wearing a smart watch or a smart ring? Nice, okay. Okay. So right now we are living in the times where our watch is not just telling us time, it is telling us a lot about our body. Where ring is not just a piece of jewelry, but it's a guardian of our health. And the idea is, how do we use this information? Like, one of the challenges is that, okay, you are giving me this information, but what do I need to do with it? How do I act on it? And that is where we are working on an environment where these variables can help you in decoding, nudging you to make lifestyle modifications. For example, now is the time you should get up so that this will help you in your circadian rhythm. This is the time when you should not be consuming any tea or coffee. This is the time you are in a high stress zone, you need to, relax. So these small nudges, small nuggets are something which help you to do your lifestyle modification. Right? Because we are all distracted. We all need a coach. We all need constant reminders. We need somebody to work with us, on us, right? Because, like, okay, many of us are here. I'm sure many of us are very motivated that we get up in the morning, we go for our yoga or gym or whatever, and we eat healthy. But many times, we are also distracted with other things. There's too much we are handling, and we need constant nudging. And that is where this ecosystem. Now, very interesting fact, interesting feature that we are coming up with is biological age. Anybody knows what's a biological age? So there are two ages. One is chronological. Okay.
I know, but I want to
Okay. Okay. So there is one chrono.
I'm giving you a slot.
I need too much.
So there is one called chronological age, which is from the year you were born and time-wise how many years old you are. And then there is a biological age, which talks about actually how old are your organs, your system inside, right? And one of the goals that we have taken is that how do you bridge this gap? Let's say your chronological age is 30, but your biological is showing you as 40. How do you reduce this gap? how do you feel 30 inside also, right? And sometimes on your skin also, and in your energy also. So, and that this is what the aim is, that you use this technology in order to make those lifestyle modifications which are sustainable. And of course, the starting point is your DNA or the gene. Go next. Very important, the wellness coaches, health coaches. We are also creating a community. Since this is an ecosystem on wellness, the idea is that we want to create a community of health coaches. We also want to enhance your knowledge, your skills in terms of how to use this technology going forward, because this is something which is disrupting the nutrition and fitness industry. And of course, while we might have AI-based coaches and robots, but we all need a human touch, so we cannot do without that. Who is this for? I don't need to explain it. It is for anybody who's interested in wellness space, and I guess 100% of us, it is relevant to. Okay, for wellness practitioners, very interesting thing that is happening is, like I'm a nutrition coach myself, and I feel that in the next 5 years, we are going to become very redundant. If we don't upskill ourselves, if we don't lead this trend of technology marrying with the health. The reason is, how difficult is it for a person, like, I would just go on ChatGPT and say, okay, make me a diet plan for 7 days for diabetes reversal, or let's say to handle thyroid. How difficult is it? In 2 seconds, it's going to throw it back at me, okay, this is your diet plan. And to that, I might add, okay, make it plant-based or make it Mediterranean food. These are my preferences. It's going to do this job in, like, I can also say, make me a diet plan for 1200 calories per day. So now what's happening is, earlier we used to have nutritionists, but now we have gut health experts, functional medicine doctors. We have diabetes reversal experts. We have biohackers. We have anti-aging experts and longevity experts. And all these technology and tools and expertise is something that we need to keep ourselves abreast of if we want to give a superior experience to our client, if we want to stay relevant. So, and that is the reason why we have also created a community. We also want to do a lot of, we want to bring in a lot of subject matter experts. We want to coach you guys on biohacking tips, a lot of specific topics which are of relevance to you, which you would like to learn about. Because community has to be driven by the community members. So, you say that, okay, this is something important and we don't understand it. Or let's say, how to even use ChatGPT for, making your things easy, making your work easy. So something like that, which is relevant for you. So that is the thing that we want to focus on for the community of the health coaches. And as Benjamin Franklin said, just go back, tell me and I'll forget, teach me and I may remember, but involve me and I'll learn. And community is all about involvement. So we want to hear from you as to what you would like to know about, given that this is going to be, this is not a future, this is happening right now. I was surprised the other day I had a friend walk in and he's, instead of asking me, how are you, he's asking me questions like, what's your SpO2 level? What's your HRV? And I'm like, okay, so this is where it is headed, right? Because, a few years down the line, maybe instead of asking somebody, how are you, you might be asking, okay, what's your trigger score? What's your biological age looking like? So because it's become so easy to measure all this, that, this is going to become our language in a very near future. Yeah. That's it? Okay. Yeah, so a healthy future is at your fingertips and all you need to do is pull the trigger. And that's it from my side.